I'd start some trouble. Gives me an excuse to air you out.
Up and get going. We've got the stars to explore. When you have a few moments, there's something I'd like to discuss. Thanks for taking time to chat. I really need a friendly ear right about now. I received a message from Constellation, and it's given me a lot to think about.
If it's an emergency, we can head there right away.
No, it's nothing like that. It's just a list of requests. Things I would normally handle if I was there. But I'm not. I'm out here instead with you.
Are you upset I'm keeping you away from the lodge?
You're not keeping me out here. I am. Just... Here, let me explain. Before I joined Constellation, I served for 8 years as the head of the Navigator Corps, until the UC decided to axe the department.
Must have been painful considering that was your department.
Yeah, I suppose painful is an appropriate way to put it. You see, the top brass demanded press-worthy discoveries to justify the spending, and money was tight after the war. Shutdown was inevitable. At the end of the day, I was in charge, so the blame obviously fell on my shoulders.
You're clearly fighting some impossible odds.
Yeah? You once told me that you favored the journey over the destination. So I'm hoping you'll understand what I'm trying to say. I failed because I was more concerned about exploring the stars than pushing a pencil. Because of my lack of foresight, all I ended up with was a shattered division and a bunch of excuses.
Yeah, it's obvious the military wasn't your calling.
That's just it, though. This was as far from the military as you could get. Ships built for exploration, not war. And I still screwed it all up.
Constellation's been a success so far.
Well, that brings us to this message now, doesn't it? Call it whatever you want. My drive, my initiative, my optimism. It's been my greatest strength and my worst nightmare. It elevates me to these positions of authority, but all I want to do is explore, not sit and make sure all the accounts are balanced.
Yeah, just reassign position.
Oh, you have no idea how tempting that sounds. But then dumping everything I've worked so hard to achieve, it's like I've wasted another decade of my life. I can't do that. So frustrating.
You'll figure it out.
Oh my god. I'm so sorry. Oh, here you are trying to help me and I'm yelling at you. You have to understand. Once Aja retired, I lost the only person that gave a damn.
I'm still here.
Look, it's clear that you have feelings for me. It's just... I've never had time for this sort of thing in my life. Please, it's not you. It's me. I'm just not ready to get that close. I can't. Not now. But thank you for being there and listening. It helped. It really did.
It's not you, it's me, Routine.
Don't worry about us. We're just here to keep the peace.
Me too. Got any contraband? Damn, no contraband.
Your safety is our #1 priority.
Tracking range down. I'm not. Still one right here. Walk right past it.
Welcome to Paradiso. Jiro Tsukiyama at your service. Do you have a security concern, or is there something else I can help you with?
Pretty sure he sent the distress call. Yeah, here it is.
Ah, yes, of course. I'm glad you came. As you can imagine, we're in a bit of a predicament. Under normal circumstances, we would not enlist outside help in this manner. But this is a matter we can't afford to worry our guests about. As such, we need to handle this discreetly. Failure on your part to do so could have severe consequences. So, before we proceed, can you swear not to discuss this with anyone else unless explicitly directed to do so?
Discretion's my middle name. Let's see. Yeah, let me know what you need.
Great. I appreciate it. Not too long ago, a strange and enormous ship appeared in Parima space. It is now locked in orbit around our planet. So far, it doesn't seem to be hostile, but any attempts to communicate with it have been in vain, so we're unsure of the ship's intentions.
What do you think we're dealing with?
Can't say for sure. Looks worn, but not cobbled together like a Crimson Fleet junker. Others have been saying it's some new Varun design, a gigantic battleship with hidden armaments preparing for assault, but that doesn't check out either. There's also been talk about non-human sentient life. The comms data we received might support that, but humanity's spread far and wide and no one's ever encountered anything like that. Still, first contact. Could you imagine?
That'd be pretty cool. Well, it seems like a delicate situation. What do I have to do?
It is. Whatever's going on, we need to approach this with care. First, see if you have more luck communicating with them. If not, you may have to try boarding. Whatever you do, it's important to remember to seek diplomacy with who or whatever's on board. As soon as you have any more information, report to Oliver Campbell. He's the CEO of Paradiso. All formal decisions will need to go through him, and he'll have your pay. Good luck.
Alright. Diplomacy, eh?
I have something for you when you have a moment.
Ship? Yep. Alright. You're breaking up. Can we try a different channel? This is metallic. Is there something wrong with your communications array? Can you hear me? Do you need help? Alright, I'm gonna attempt to dock. I mean, if they have a dock, it can't be alien, can it? What kind of dock?
Can I help? I do? You must have read my mind.
You only told me about
Bye
it a
for
couple
now.
times. Alright. This is the lower deck. It's not on the lower deck? Usually where I'm docked.
human.
Yeah.
It's just that we weren't expecting to find life, let alone human life out here. We thought we were the only ones to leave Earth.
Imagine being cut off from humankind for that long. How terribly frightening that would be.
Perhaps we should greet our guests.
Of course. Manners. I'm Captain Diana Brackenridge. This is Security Officer Bomani Reader. And this is Dr. Mabuti da Costa, one of our elders.
A pleasure to meet you.
Mabuti. Yeah, what is this ship?
You've come aboard the Earth colony ship, Constant. Generations ago, we set forth from the planet Earth with the mission of colonizing a new habitable world, in the spirit of our ancestors nearly a millennium ago.
Wow. Well, I'm here to help.
I see. As you may have presumed, we're in a bit of a bind. Our ship has finally completed its near 200-year journey from Earth, only to find our new home seemingly colonized by... well, we don't know. Communications haven't been successful, so your arrival is fortuitous. Perhaps you'd be willing to act as a middle person between ourselves and... the others.
Yeah, why didn't the communications work? Must be incompatible frequency.
We're not entirely sure. Our engineers believe it's possible that our technology just isn't compatible with theirs. All we hear when using them to communicate with anyone is a bunch of disturbing noise. It gave me the heebie-jeebies at first.
I should be an engineer. I'd love to know more, but maybe we can get away from this airlock first.
Oh yes, of course. Where are my manners? Now then, please follow me. There's much to discuss first. We'll speak more on the matter once we reach the bridge. Dr. da Costa, you may return to your quarters if you wish.
Thank you, Captain.
I will follow you to the bridge, ma'am, for security purposes.
I do not believe we have need to fear our guest, but I'll allow it if you insist. Welcome to the Earth colony ship Constant. In the early 2100s, my ancestor, Rupert Brackenridge, researched a number of scientific scenarios: climate change, asteroid impact, nuclear war, global pandemic, and more. Each scenario showed the likelihood of an extinction-level event to be within 50 years. He fully believed Earth was destined to be rendered uninhabitable. We've always assumed that's what happened. So, he gathered the best and brightest he could find, built the Constant, and set a course for this planet here. We were told that it was the largest, most advanced ship ever constructed on Earth at the time. If you can believe, entire generations have been born, lived, and died on this ship. It really goes to show that there are no limits to human ingenuity and perseverance.
Generations.
We've
put
got
over
strict rules
200
around here.
years.
They're strict for a reason.
We thought that.
We were never trained to address threats coming from outside
So,
our ship.
here we are. Let's talk. Now that you're
I have to say, with technology this outdated, I'm amazed this vessel is able to navigate at all. It's almost like walking through a museum.
They have. Okay. Sounds like you could use some help.
Well, as I mentioned, we've been unsuccessful in communications with anyone up until you arrived, though not for lack of trying. But since you're asking, maybe you'd be willing to be a sort of diplomat between us and them as we attempt to resolve our situation. Does that sound agreeable to you?
Yeah, the people down below want the same thing. I'll help out.
Ah, so they have a name. Paradiso. And it sounds promising that they sent you here to speak with us. You see, we intended to settle here, but we assumed that they intend to defend their claim given their presence here. We'd like you to go speak to them on our behalf and help us negotiate a solution, preferably one that favors us.
diplomacy may require. They were here first. What did she mean? Favorable to them. Alright, I'll do it, but what
Excellent. Make no mistake, this is our planet, and we intend for them to see this our way. So, speak with their leadership and see if you can negotiate a solution on our behalf. Preferably, get them to see things our way. Report back to me and let me know what they say, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, there's no way they'll go for that. Why not just settle on the other side? That's insane.
We thought about it, but it simply won't do. I need to think about the distant future of our people. Sure, our first settlement may be small, but our predecessors dreamt of our new civilization spreading across the globe. That will be difficult if someone else plans to do the same. While we're not completely closed to the idea of sharing, it's much easier if we have complete domain over this world.
There's no way they're gonna go for that. What the hell is her problem?
I'm serious. We have a rightful claim to this land, and I intend to fight for it. But as you're currently our only hope, perhaps you'll honor my request and give it your all, for the sake of some very weary travelers who have come a very long way to be here. Thank you.
Doesn't matter how long you traveled. They were here first.
Careful waving that fancy gun around. We don't need to see what it can do.
Looks like humanity hasn't learned.
Now that we know what's out there, things are going to be more interesting.
That's pretty cool.
I wonder what else is out there. Boy, am I glad you weren't some sort of alien.
Let's see what these fine. What about this one?
People always appreciate a good engine, whether they know it or not. Wow, I've heard about you, but here you are. Hey there.
And to think, all this time we thought we were alone.
It's almost time to take inventory of our stock again.
These are exciting times, aren't they?
The Constant is a peaceful ship. Don't use it. Just stay out of trouble.
Watch yourself.
Never seen a ship like yours before. Then again, I haven't seen any ships before you arrived.
I have lived my entire life in the Constant.
It definitely takes a
Sister.
special type of person to live their entire life, birth to death, aboard a single ship traveling through space.
Perhaps there will be opportunities for me to see what one. As I always tell my patients, be well on your journey.
You always saw your
Wonder what
patience.
it's like out there, beyond our little community.
They still have like living on the same ship their whole life. Little sus.
Wow. Hi.
Little sus. Records. Mind if I take a look?
There's so much more to learn about now.
Oh, are you kidding me? These computers would have been obsolete even by that time.
Just because our equipment's old doesn't mean it won't work to take that trouble.
It sure is nice to know there are other people out there.
When I get lost. Med bay, cargo bay. Pilot cargo.
Just stay out of trouble. careful waving that fancy gun around. You don't need to see.
Well, the dock makes sense now. Because if we designed our dock to be compatible with all of our past ships, it would be the same.
Hello, and welcome back. Mr. Tofik, I am aware that this is your 8th visit to our resort. Your repeat patronage is much appreciated. Is there any assistance I may offer you?
Enjoy your stay, knowing you're in our capable hands.
Hey,
Ranger.
What a nice place.
Oh, this looks like a lovely place for a stay. Might also be the perfect time to stop for some food or a tranquility. Where should we begin?
Tranquility. That sounds good.
Oh, hey, a customer. Welcome to Paradiso Gift Shop and Convenience. Feel free to look around, but don't break anything or you've got to buy it. And before you ask, there aren't any discounts, so don't even try to haggle with me.
Yeah, why do I get the impression you don't like your job?
Why would I? I have to sell overpriced crap to rude, obnoxious tourists all day. My uncle works for the Paradiso board. When he said he could get me a job here, I expected an executive level job, not this. But it's not all bad. I don't have to worry about getting fired, and I live in Paradiso for free. Now, can I get you something, or are you going to keep asking questions about my life?
Alright, let's see what you got. Oh, wait. Yeah, let's try haggling.
No.
Oh.
Ugh. You people always think that just because we're some fringe planet and not part of the free stars or whatever, that we're happy to haggle for everything. I wouldn't even care, honestly. But they take it out of my pay if any money's missing, so no discount.
Alright, let's see what you got.
Ugh. You're going to make me do stuff.
Yeah,
aren't you?
I am. Okay. You're selling weapons? It's quite the gift shop. Let's see, regulator, shoddy. Yeah. Space suits. Resort wear. I'm good. Have ammo. Need ultramags. 265. Those. Need these. Light particles. We'll take those. I guess that's good. Let's see, what can we sell? Sell this. Sell that.
It's okay. Thanks for shopping.
I shouldn't be telling you this, but don't owe
I'm here to satisfy.
Excuse me, you can't just waltz in there. Do you have an appointment?
I'm on important business.
I really don't, and I can't have you barging in on the executives while they're working. So if you need something, you can talk to me. That's the best I can do, I'm afraid.
Alright. You have a problem with the ship up above you. I'm here to help with that.
Oh, you're the one they're waiting for then. Do you need anything else from me before you meet with the board?
No.
Sure. Have fun in the Shark Tank. And don't worry, even they call it that.
I'm out.
I just feel that we should be focusing on the natural beauty of this planet, not our amenities.
There are millions of planets out there. People can go to any one of them. The resort facilities are precisely what we bring to the table. Heck, it's the only thing we've really got to offer.
I don't want to risk us coming off as just another artificial, shady, trash-filled dump like Neon. That's not who we are.
Whoa.
We've got something special here. We should embrace that.
Balom's right.
Thank you.
We don't want to compete with Neon. Bayou's ruthless. He'll do anything he can to eliminate the competition. We don't need that kind of trouble. That being said, I think there's a middle ground. Maybe build up the beachfront at a boardwalk amusement park. I've had this idea to build artificial hot springs, that sort of thing.
Sounds good. I'll look into what that will cost us and we can circle back around to this.
Just doing my part to make sure Paradiso remains a paradise.
Come on, mate. Loads more interesting things to do outside. No need to mill about in here. If it's not important, bring it up with Kiwi.
I understand you're the guy I need to talk to about the strange ship.
I am. And you must be the diplomat Jiro told me about. Welcome, welcome. Normally I'd offer you an all-inclusive stay at our resort before we spoke. But given the circumstances, I'm gonna cut to the chase. We've got our friends, the aliens, up there, causing all sorts of problems for our resort. You like that? The marketing team came up with it. The thought is, if we can't get rid of them, it might actually attract more tourism. Come see the aliens!
Well... let's just get to it.
Ah, we're being direct then. Good on you. So, what do you know about this dodgy ship I'm hearing all about?
It's a generation ship full of colonists from Earth, here after 200 years.
Well, that's something. Shame we can't just tell them kindly to bugger off. Something tells me that's not going to work. Now, tell me, what are we going to do about it? Give me some proposals, people. I need something to work with here.
We could offer to resettle them here. There's more than enough space.
They could stay here, temporarily, but it'll cost them. Quite a bit, too. They'd need to work off all their debts before being allowed to leave.
Maybe not. What if we help them get out of here? Outfit their ship with a grav drive so they can find a new home. We could even lend our engineers to help and give their captain an updated star map. What do you think?
Sounds costly. We can't absorb that cost, and it's unlikely they even have compatible currency, let alone enough for the transaction. Someone else would have to foot the bill.
Oh, I swear this would be a lot easier if they ceased to exist entirely. Anyway, Seema's got the right idea. Either works for me. Just tell me what you want to do.
Yeah, why can't they just settle on the other side of the planet? That's what I want to know.
We own this planet, they don't. Here at Paradiso, we don't like leaving things to chance. Who knows what these people will do with their land? Imagine the landscaping disasters they may come up with, and how that might mar the satellite imagery of the planet in our brochures. No. Much better to assimilate them into our culture if they come here to live, rather than leave it to chance.
I understand your point of view from a business, but I disagree.
And that's within your right. But as the CEO of Paradiso Group, I'm the one who has to make and approve decisions around here, not you. So, as much as I appreciate your feedback, it's not in the best interest of the Paradiso Group to take it into account.
So they can live here, but they would be servants.
Oh, I didn't say that specifically. This would be a mutual contract for room and board in exchange for services rendered. Of course, there's no telling how long this arrangement will last, given the substantial costs we'd need to take on in order to accommodate them here, including their continued room and board. But this may save the resort on operating costs in the long term, as we'd be able to let go of some of our current paid staff.
And why do I have to buy the grav drive if we go with that option?
It's not our responsibility to bear the brunt of that cost. We're being more than generous by offering the use of our engineering team to help install it. A custom grav drive can't come cheap, and I assume they have neither the monetary means nor the connections to get a hold of that kind of technology. That leaves the only other party in this negotiation. You.
And why can't we just let some other authority or government body handle this?
We operate outside of the Free Stars only, you see, partially because we don't want anyone else meddling in our affairs. And we'd rather not draw attention to it. As I've mentioned, it could be bad for business. We'd much rather settle this independently.
Well, then you should have to pay for the grav drive. Alright, I think I've made up my mind.
And which proposal will you be taking to the good captain? I assume there's a captain?
What if after all this they continue to insist their claim to this planet predates yours?
They'd be hard-pressed to defend their claim in any courts. Our charter goes back years. It was registered with both the UC and Free Star Collective, per the Centaurus Proclamation.
But you operate outside.
We may be outside the settled systems, but that charter's official as can be. I'm sorry, but you're going to need to be the one to break the news to them that they need to make a compromise or leave.
Hypothetically, what could make a ship like that go away?
I have no idea, because I'm not suggesting anything of the sort. But it's a wonder that old ship made it all the way here in such a relatively short time. Must have really been pushing themselves. An engineer friend of mine told me once that the reactors on those old ships have a tendency to self-destruct if they overload. Of course, their engineers must have taken great care not to push it too far. Someone would likely have to override the safety systems in the reactor computer. But who would do such a thing?
Don't even think for one moment that this would be acceptable behavior. You can't just blow up their ship. That's insane.
Yeah, no, that is insane. I'll buy the grav drive and convince them to go somewhere else.
Ah, good on you. You want to see a man named Benny St. James over at Hope Tech. He's the best in the business. If anyone can retrofit a 200-year-old ship with a modern grav drive, it'd be him. We'll coordinate our engineering team with his when you return, though you may have to help the Constance engineers prepare for it on their end. Good luck.
I know this was a difficult decision, but if it's any consolation, I think you've made the right choice. Compared to the destruction of their vessel and relegating them to a life of servitude, I'd say this is the best chance they've got.
Right. On behalf of the Paradiso Group, we appreciate your help.
I don't really get paid to chat with guests.
You better hope this works out. It's gonna be your ass, Oliver.
With a name like Paradiso, the marketing for this place writes itself.
If the executive Wisconsin. Oh, this is the executive level. Oh shit.
Some of our guests think everything's going.
Hello there. Don't worry about us. We're just here to keep
Oh, Paradiso is absolutely beautiful. Can you possibly imagine a more tranquil place for a resort?
to deal with the CEO of Hope. Anywhere? Hope Tech.
I wonder how many life forms are roaming this planet. Time to find out.
I don't want to hear any complaints.
Sure, Wigan. Local security handles most problems here. Bye.
Pardon.
Keep an eye on your valuables.
Oh, hello. I'm not used to people wanting to talk to me.
I hear you're an expert with grav drives and other ship parts. I need to ask a favor.
Sure, that sounds like me. What can I do for you? I'm a little busy, but I think I could spare some time.
Oliver Campbell sent me. I'd hear about a grav drive for an old colony ship.
Oh, you should have just said that. Of course I can help you. Oliver sent a courier ahead of you. I did some research on ships from that era. and I have a decent idea what we're dealing with. So grav drives didn't really take off until after the ship was built. But I've got access to an ancient grav drive that looks like it could be compatible. With some minor adjustments. It's in good shape, too. Parts not cheap, though. Neither is the labor. Just pay the combined cost of parts and labor, and it's yours.
4,000? No, wait, 40,000. Well, let's talk about this.
It's a pretty big ask, given how rare these old grav drives are.
You've had that old part for how long? Yeah, no one else is gonna want that thing.
Perhaps not, but I don't want to just settle for an offer far below its value. This part is incredibly difficult to come by.
I'm sure we can work something out.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Alright, fuck you.
I'm not sure about karma, but you're not wrong. It would be generous, and they'd likely show their gratitude in some beneficial way. Tell you what, sounds like this is for a good cause. While I can't give you the part for free, I won't charge you for the work.
Okay. It's still a lot of money, but I'll take it.
You're darn right it is. I'll get to work on it right away. I recommend you go back to the ship and ask the captain to prepare for its retrofit. Standard stuff. I'm sure they have an engineer on board to help. We'll send the part along when it's ready and install it with the help of Oliver's people. Pleasure working with you.
Alright. Got ourselves an old part.
You walk the factory floor?
We be dust. Sent to the factory.
Off-worlders.
I'm really glad I didn't buy that expensive new ship.
I don't suppose I have time for a nap.
Should have time for a nap. I have to go right to the cockpit.
Just because our equipment's old doesn't mean it won't work to take down. The Constant is a peaceful ship.
I can't tell you how many times I've had to make do with inelegant solutions to complex technical problems. Keeping a 200-year-old ship running is no easy task.
Alright, I was supposed to help you prep for the ship, for the Prep the ship with the grav drive.
What grav drive? Just joking with you. The Paradiso engineers filled me in. Okay, let's see what we need to do. All right. This will be fun. And hopefully there will be no explosions in the process. I have just received word that the drive is here. Ready to get to work?
That was fast, but yeah, let's go.
Great, great, great! There are 3 preparations I need you to help me make while I set things up on my end. First thing I need you to do is reroute the power from the port turbo pump to the auxiliary cryogenic radiator. Then, turn the plasma runoff inhibitor function to 5%. Last, you'll need to decouple the magnetic flange pipe enclosures from the auxiliary module assembly. Got it? Let's hop to it! If the other colonists knew how many times the constant... something wrong? There are 3 things we need to do. Reroute the power from the port turbo pump to the auxiliary cryogenic radiator. Turn the plasma runoff inhibitor function to 5%. Decouple the magnetic flange pipe enclosures from the auxiliary module assembly. Good luck out there!
Reroute power to...
Wow, I've heard about you, but...
I can't tell you. Something wrong? There are 3 things. Reroute the power from the port turbo pump to the auxiliary cryogenic radiator. Turn the plasma runoff inhibitor function to 5%. Decouple the magnetic flange pipe enclosures from the auxiliary module assembly. So long!
Hi there.
Keeping a 200-year... something... There's still something left. Turn the plasma runoff inhibitor function to 5%. Decouple the magnetic flange pipe enclosures from the auxiliary module assembly. There's still something left. Turn the plasma runoff inhibitor function. Decouple the magnetic flange pipe enclosures from the auxiliary module assembly. Careful not to touch anything on your way out. if the other something. There's still something left. Turn the plasma runoff inhibitor function to 5%. See you! Looks like everything is good to go on both your end and mine. Can you go inform the captain while they're finishing the installation? Thanks.
Now that we know what's out there, things are going to be more interesting. Never seen a ship like yours before.
Hey, I lived my entire life in constant.
We were never trained to address threats coming from the past. We've got strict rules around here.
Careful waving that fancy gun around. We don't need to see what it can do.
Now that we know what's out there, things are going to be more interesting. Wake up.
No matter the outcome, I won't let my crew down.
Brackenridge. That sounds so familiar. Something from history slates that I've read.
Well, well. It would appear we
I
have
should
the
know
means
who
to
this
go
person is,
nearly
but somehow
anywhere
it's
now.
escaped my
Thanks
memory.
to you. The engineers even upgraded our communications equipment so we can speak with passing ships. Turns out it was a pretty easy fix. Thank you again for all you've done.
No problem at all. Glad it worked out.
Without you, we'd most likely be stuck. But you went above and beyond. I'll make sure people tell tales of your generosity for as long as our society lives.
All right.
I don't know if we can ever fully repay you. Thank you again.
Anti-Earth baseball. That's funny. Oh, that's cool. Alright. I like that.
Never seen a ship like yours before. Then again, I haven't seen any ships before you arrived.
Now that we know there are other people out there,
Just stay out of trouble. The Constant is a peaceful ship. trained to address threats.